Making video games is a hard thing to do. However, is it hard to make a horror game? Today I'm going to see how hard it is to make a horror game without coding at all. I'm going to use assets to create the game without having to program or create any models myself. And with those rules out of the way, here's what I picked for my first couple assets. Coming in at a total of $76.83, here are the first 3 assets I have picked. All 3 of these are environment-based, meaning I can create the world and atmosphere I wanted. I wanted a very realistic vibe and something that I can really get you involved into the story. Now that we have the environment assets out the way, now it's time to deal with the actual mechanic of the horror game. And this pack is literally amazing. It's the Horror FPS kit. It's only $45 and it's the best kit you will ever buy on the asset store. The amount of features and mechanics it comes with out of the box is crazy impressive. The developers of this pack have crammed so many features into one asset that you can make a whole game basically off of this kit alone. You don't need any environment, you don't need any characters, AI, development, anything else. You basically just need this kit. But fair warning, assets are tools. They're not meant to be a whole game on themselves. You're supposed to put a lot of effort in to make it feel unique and have its own experience. Now that we have all the assets we're primarily going to use, let's import them on a project and start working on it. Here I've imported the old brick house. It actually comes with functionality with all the doors and a lot of its interactables around the house. However, it has a conflict with the Horror FPS kit. Both work as intended, but it doesn't work properly with the actual kit itself. It can feel very janky and not always responsive, so my plan is to replace it with all the Horror FPS kit assets. After implementing the brick house, I started working on the garage to be imported into the same scene. This garage asset has been used in a wide variety of games, including Phasmophobia and a couple other games itself, but this asset was made by the same person who made the house, and he made them to go together, so I got both. After creating the initial scene with the garage and the house, I started working on changing all the doors to the Horror FPS kit. While doing that, I changed the skybox to be dark, and also trying to make the scene a lot darker for the atmosphere. After implementing all the doors, TVs, and interactables around the house, some of which aren't working properly, I think we have the essentials needed to start working on the actual core part of the horror story. One key feature that makes the horror asset kit so essential is the questing system. You can easily pick your quest, name it, add all these different variations to it, have triggers, and have events, while also executing its cutscenes or any other suspicious things you need to go on. While implementing the storyline in the game, I came up with the idea of using my sister as my voice actor for the main character. It made the game feel a lot more alive and more interactable with the person, so I don't have to explain everything through text. Here is one of the more intense voice lines she had to do for the game.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head!
Having these voice lines for the main character really connects you with the character. It makes you understand its emotions, maybe what it's thinking, even though you might not think so. Such as a noise in-game might just sound like a noise, but the character might react to the noise, making it sound abnormal instead of just background noise. After developing the house, implementing all the features I needed for it, like locking and unlocking doors through the scripts of the tasks, I then started working on jump scares. Jump scares are one of the key features for a horror game. It's meant to have you have an intense moment and shock you enough to make you not scared to stop playing the game, but keep you still scared of what's going to happen, not to spoil everything at once. And the best part about this pack is it actually comes with pre-made jump scares. Not to say they are drag and drop prefabs, but they give you an example scene that gives you some intense moments with noises and shaking of the camera that I could just copy and paste into my own scene. With having the ability to do jump scares and all the voice lines out of the way, I implemented a short story into our house and the garage, and that would be the end of the game. Throughout this video, I've refrained from showing you any of the house and of the story itself. I really wanted all the little knickknacks I've added to the game, the little jump scares here and there, to get you, because I don't have much to work with just using packs. This horror game actually got a lot farther than I thought it would with just using these packs, but I think it came out really well, and if you want to play it, it'll be on itch, and sadly I'll only do this on Windows since compiling this game gave me so many issues, it's not even funny. Just a heads up, however, this game was made in 3 days. It's really not that long, probably 10 minutes to 15. But for my first ever attempt at a horror game, I think it was pretty well done, especially since I couldn't code anything myself. I had to use all pre-made scripts and assets. Something I was struggling on with the game was how should I introduce the game? And I chose to do a short cutscene with a car driving to the house. When the scene starts, it gives my logo, then it says the title of the game, which is Whispers in the Willows. Wait, no. It's Whispers in the Pines, Whisper in the Pines, with a short introduction of where the game is starting from my sister, who voice lined it.
Driving home from college is one of the best feelings. After working hard for weeks, I now get 3 months alone with the family. I can't wait.
After running the game and testing it multiple times and changing things here and there to make it feel more fluid, I would say the game is complete. The game will be uploaded on itch, and you can have a free download and play it for yourself. With a grand total of around $130 spent on this game, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it came to your expectations as well. If you would like, subscribe, that would help me out a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.